Hey everyone, it's Pat from patdavidmusic, and welcome to my interview with Ryan Lawley from RNA Music in Texas, over in the States. So this is part 2. Links in the description below to part 1, but otherwise, let's ask him some more questions.
Favorite movie? Dang. Well, favorite movie. It would have to be the original Star Wars trilogy. The original. Episode 4, 5, and 6. Probably because episode's 4 a little slow getting going. I mean, it's the first one. It's awesome. I was 2 years old when it came out. Empire Strikes Back is always a classic, and then Return of the Jedi is just a beast. Love those. So if I had to pick a favorite, I'm pretty sure it would have to be one of the original Star Wars movies. Love the Lord of the Rings stuff. All of the Lord of the Rings movies, and then the new Hobbit movies, just, man, some of the great movies. I love that stuff. Hot Fuzz, Simon Pegg, Hot Fuzz, classic. We watch that one all the time. You have a mustache. I know. Love Hot Fuzz. But yeah, probably, it's got to be a Star Wars movie. Not the new ones. Well, maybe the new one comes out. We'll see what happens if Disney doesn't mess it all up. But original trilogy, Star Wars.
Now, I know there really isn't a lot of time for other things other than music and running the store and the family, but if you did have time for other hobbies, what would they be? What's some other things that you like and enjoy doing?
Hobbies. Do I have any hobbies? No. I don't really have a hobby. This is my hobby. I love music and love gear and playing music, and so I kind of get to do my hobby for a living. But if I had to pick something that I enjoy that's not music related, it would be, well, I make leather stuff. That's kind of a hobby that I don't have a lot of time to do. Like this guitar strap from my my Explorer. I made that. There's a video about it. You can go watch the video of me making one of these. Here's one I made. There's another one that's actually like carved and dyed, handmade, handcrafted leather. So I do some leather crafting. That's a very time-consuming hobby, but I sell it sometimes too. Don't call me. I don't want to sell any. But if I have time and I'm not doing leather, video games. I love playing video games. I don't have much time to do it. I almost never get to play anymore. But when I get a chance, I play me some Skyrim. Skyrim. How would you like to help a brother Nord? I love playing Skyrim particularly, but I like playing video games. So hobbies would be leather crafting, video games, cooking steak. Favorite food? Oh my gosh. Well, that's kind of odd. Well, I don't know. Favorite food probably would be pizza. I love pizza, especially if it has chihuahuas on it. Pepper, stop it! Pepper! Shooting a video, Pepper! Talking to Pat! Pizza? My favorite pizza is a place here in Canton called Jerry's Pizza. Mom and pop place, been here for like 30 years. Love me some pepperoni or hamburger pizza. Love it. After that, well, I like Italian a lot, except I can't eat it anymore. Spaghetti, love spaghetti. Burgers, of course. Quite fond of the steak. You may have noticed that if you watch my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page and our YouTube channel, you'll see that I do like to cook some steak. So, pizza, Italian, steak.
What are some of the plans for the future, Ryan? Plans for the store, or yourself, or your music, gear? What are some of your plans for the future?
Plans for the future? Well, we're getting real close to, we have an apartment right now, me and my family, and we're getting really close this year to buying a house. We almost bought a house in Tulsa. We were like right down to the wire. And then, of course, this always happens. There's something wrong with the contract, and the company, we got to change the contract. You got to sign a new one, blah, blah, blah. And actually, there was some stuff going on. So I said, nah, thanks. You guys have messed us around enough. We're good. And thank God we didn't, because it was only just a little while later, 4 months, 5 months later, that my stepmom passed away. And we ended up needing to move back home to Canton, Texas. And so, yeah, it would have been tough to have just bought a house and then 6 months later need to get out of it. That just doesn't work real good. So big plans for the future. Number one plan is buy a house. And we're getting really close. I'm talking to my bank. And the business, RNA Music's grown enough over the last 4 years. We're trucking along. It takes a while to grow a business. Most people who own their own businesses know this. If you've never owned your own business, you don't know anything about owning a business. But it takes a while to get traction and get trucking along. So that's the really important thing right now that's on our minds that we're working towards. Buying our first house, really. But that's just personal related. Business-wise, continue to grow RNA Music. Keep doing YouTube videos. I've been very blessed to keep getting subscribers, and man, it's really humbling. The more subscribers I get, the more humble I feel about people who actually want to watch what I do and listen to what I say and find me entertaining. So that's crazy. Going to keep working hard on our YouTube stuff. Keep working hard growing the retail side of RNA Music. It's been a climb to do that. Keep growing our representation of Chapman guitars, and so keep building the business, keep increasing how many students we can reach. Record a record. I've been working on that, trying harder the last couple of months to get an EP recorded. I've got some music that I'm trying to get tracked and get done, and so that's the big goal. That's a big goal for this year. Definitely before the end of this year, to get a little 3 or 4 song EP recorded and finished. So that's a big kind of short-term goal. So yeah, keep being a good husband and good dad. Those are great plans. But yeah, just keep growing the business. Keep doing this YouTube thing. And yeah, if I could meet any
Ryan, if you could meet any guitarist, spend some time with them, talk to them, ask them some questions, who would it be? Living or dead? Who would it be? I'm really interested.
guitarist, living or dead? If it was living, well, I've met quite a few guys. I met Jeff Loomis, which was awesome. It's not like meeting Jesus, but it's like meeting someone like almost like Jesus. Jeff Loomis is awesome. He's a super nice guy too. Let me just say that. Jeff Loomis, nicest dude you'd ever meet. Very cool, very fan appreciative. That's pretty sweet. So met Jeff Loomis. I'm trying to think of somebody I haven't met. I've been really lucky. When I go to concerts these days, I have enough connections now that I generally know a lot of the techs and the crew, and I know people sometimes, and so I couldn't go backstage and hang out, which is sweet. Haven't actually met Zach Wild. I'd like to meet Zach in person. Talked to Nick Catanese. He's cool. James Hetfield. Actually, that would probably be living guitarist. If I could meet any guitarist and sit down and chat with him, would be James. Just huge influence, man. That's one of the main reasons I started playing guitar was Metallica back in the day. I love Metallica. Dead? Dead, it would be Dimebag Darrell. Man, I saw Pantera 3 or 4 times, man, in the 90s. Love Pantera. Just love them. And Dimebag Darrell seemed like the most genuine dude there in the industry. And I would read stories and hear people who've met him talk about how awesome he is to fans and stuff. And he would just take all the time in the world for his fans. And another major major influence on me. I can't play like Dime at all. I don't even play like James, but these guys were huge inspirations. So if I could meet any living guitarist, to be James Hetfield, and any guitarist living or dead, be Dimebag Darrell. So
Now, I know you have a lot of cool gear in your music shop already, but if you could get any more gear, or if you could get some custom classic guitar, what gear would it be?
man, there's so much good gear out there, but you know what? I'm really blessed that, you know, owning a store, you know, I sell Orange amps, and they have some cool amps, so I get to play on stuff. Let's see, man. Well, what it would be really is a 1975 Les Paul Custom. Oh, mama. And if I could get it in the same color, like that cherry, dark cherry of my Explorer, I would be so excited. So excited. I was born in 75. Yes, I know, you can't tell. I have aged well. But 75, great year. And I've always wanted to own a guitar from 1975, and I've always wanted a Les Paul Custom. So if I could own any piece of gear, it would be not just any 1975 red Les Paul Custom, but a good one. Because you know with Gibson, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're awesome, and then sometimes they're not as awesome. But it would be an awesome 1975 Les Paul Custom in cherry or wine red. Yeah, that's it.
So thanks so much, Ryan, for just taking the time to answer all my questions. Always really interested to see what's going on with you. So thank you very much for taking the time. It was a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well, thanks for asking. I'm pretty humbled. Thank you for wanting to know stuff about me and RNA music. That's really cool. I don't even know what to say, really. I'm looking forward to asking you some questions, dude. Keep the music alive.